Hi, and welcome to the Discover Florida Tours YouTube channel. This video is all about peacocks. We'll tell you everything you ever wanted to know about peacocks and more. Your ultimate passport to peafowl is coming up right now. All of today's lovely peacock footage comes from the Jungle Prada Site history tour in St. Petersburg, Florida, where you can see the only Native American shell mound in Florida with tens of thousands of horse conch and lightning whelk shells exposed on the surface. Peacocks can be described as a type of heavy-bodied, ground-feeding land fowl. They spend most of their days foraging for food, raising their chicks, and showing off for one another, and spend their nights sleeping high in the trees. Taxonomically speaking, peacocks are galliforms, an order of nearly 300 birds that don't fly or swim too well, but do play an important role as seed dispersers in a variety of different ecosystems. All these birds are descended from dinosaurs that survived the KT impact some 65 million years ago. Drilling down within the galliforms, peacocks are in the family Phasianidae, the pheasant family, along with their cousins, the turkeys, chickens, partridge, quail, grouse, and pheasants. Peacocks come in two genera, pavo and afropavo. The only species of afropavo is the Congo peacock from Africa. There are two species of pavo, the Indian blue and the Java green. All the peacocks at the Jungle Prada Site today are Indian blue, but legend has it that a Java green was introduced years ago and interbred with the others. The long, iridescent feathers that male peacocks are famous for are called covert tail feathers. Sometimes they're collectively called their train, like a wedding dress has. Every year in spring, the boys spread their decorative feathers out for the ladies, and the ladies, who are called peahens, tend to respond favorably to the males with longer feathers and more of these so-called eye spots. I called these covert tail feathers decorative because they don't seem to serve any other purpose besides that of wowing the ladies. They don't help the birds fly. In fact, they probably get in the way, and they're like a big neon sign to predators saying there's a meal nearby. In fact, some scientists believe that the huge disadvantage that comes with carrying around a heavy set of shiny, colorful feathers is actually how the males demonstrate their worth to potential mates. They're saying, how could I survive to adulthood with all these sweet cat teasers if I wasn't a solid dude with good genes? Trust me, baby, I'm very healthy. The whole routine has the male approaching the female with his back turned in a way that I can only describe as sidling up to her. Once well positioned, he whips around, and using strong muscles connected to his true tail feathers, he vibrates the train in such a way as to make a high-frequency hissing sound. This combines with a dazzling light show as sunlight glints off the small crystalline structures embedded in the feathers. I call it shock and awe. And if she's impressed and the vibes are right, he lets out a sighing sound and makes his move. Peacocks mate using something called a cloaca, and without getting into the details, I'll just say that peacock mating is female choice. On the tour, I joke that they have genetically engineered their perfect man through artificial selection, but then that's not even really a joke, it's true, it just sounds funny to say it that way. Only the males have trained feathers, the females never grow them. The males lose their covert tail feathers every year naturally and grow a new set. In Florida, they shed in summer and regrow by January. Another way to tell the males and females apart is that the male Indian blue peafowl has a blue neck and the female has a green neck. Another way to tell them apart is that the boys have black and white striped wings and the girls have brown wings. When they're babies, these stripes are usually the first way to tell. Okay, here's maybe the most amazing fact I learned about peacocks. It's that the coloration of their feathers is not achieved by any type of pigmentation, but entirely by light reflecting in different wavelengths off tiny two-dimensional keratin plates in the fiber-like barbules that make up the feather. Slight changes in the spacing of the barbules create optical interference Bragg reflections that produce the different colors. That's crazy, right? Peahens lay their eggs on the ground. They don't really build a nest. They usually just go off to a hidden place, scratch a dent, and lay their eggs right there. These eggs are only a little bigger than chicken eggs. She stays there about a month. The babies, when they're born, are called peachicks, and they fit right in the palm of your hand when they're newborns. Peachicks grow up fast, though, and they can already fly a little bit when they are just a few days old. The mother has got to get them up into the trees at night as soon as possible. Peacocks, like their turkey cousins, roost in trees at night to stay safe from predators. They use their powerful talons to grip the bark and can even deal with strong winds, but during hurricanes, they're great at finding hiding places in the undergrowth and behind trees on the ground. Peacocks can eat just about anything, and that's one of their best secrets to survival. You don't hang around for millions of years by being picky eaters. They'll eat bugs, plants, seeds, you name it. One of the mother's main jobs is to teach her babies how to scratch and what to look for to eat in the soil. We feed them a little bird seed and dry dog food sometimes, but they also eat a variety of leaves, and I've seen them down by the waterfront eating the little tree crabs out of the mangroves. Some people think peacocks are too loud, and they can be. They've got great pipes, and their call really carries, but they're mostly only loud a few months of the year during their mating season. The males use their sharp voices to establish a lek, a biology term for a small territory that he chooses and defends from other males while waiting for the females to come by and maybe mate with him. They also cry out if disturbed while roosting, so a car alarm in the parking lot could set them off at night. Some say peacocks even make great watchdogs for this reason. Some other common complaints I've heard about the peacocks include their poop, but that's pretty good fertilizer. They've been known to peck at their reflection on vehicles, but I'm told that buffs out. Some say they can be aggressive, but I've never once seen a peacock be aggressive towards a person, and I've lived around them my whole life. I do see them fight one another sometimes. Here's a few rapid-fire facts. Peacocks usually live for 20 to 25 years, but some can probably get even older. They have between 1 and 10 babies at a time. A male peacock weighs about 13 pounds. Nobody really eats them in the USA today, but I did learn that King Henry VIII liked to have one for Christmas dinner. Honestly, there's a lot more to say about peacocks. We didn't really get into their anatomy or their cultural symbolism. They're really important in Chinese and Indian lore, Islamic traditions, Greek and Roman stuff. Peacocks can represent purity and regeneration or pride and vanity. But I'd say that's probably everything you wanted to know about peacocks already, so if it isn't, please ask a question in the comments. I could always do a part 2, but I'm thinking I want to make more and shorter videos, and this one is already getting long. In the meantime, check out the Jungle Prada History Tour, and thanks for discovering Florida with us.